Hey folks, Kevin here.
Hi, and I'm Thea. Good to see you guys.
So today is, January 10th.
The day after my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, sweetheart. Just a spring chicken. Yes, yes,
He's so kind.
yes. So this is January of 2021. Thea just retired from veterinary medicine, and we've been doing some things in the background here for the last week. Thea retired at the end of 2021, so this is 2022. I hope I said 2022. I probably said 2021. And so my thoughts were that one of the things I'd like to do is get Thea involved in making videos with me and on her own as well. And of course, how do you feel about that?
I feel good. A little nervous, because Kevin's been doing it 99.9% of the time. We did it a year or so back, with both of us, on a video, and then also outside, we did it that time. But, working full-time and having the do list here on your days off, it just was not conducive to taking the time to sit down and participate in the videos. So I elected, to let Kevin do it. And now that I'm home all the time, see, if I can, participate in it. And if people like it, if I like it, if Kevin and I can work like a team together. And
As long as I'm the dictator, that'll be fine.
then it'll work out just well and all. But yes, I'm just getting used to actually being in retirement. I like to look at the word as repassion, because who wants to be tired all the time? And this is Brucey, and he's one of our 8 black cats that have some white on them.
His other name is Mad Max.
Yeah, because sometimes he's very special. And as some of you probably know, I was a general practitioner veterinarian for 20 years, and that's why we have lots of cats, and they like to participate. So it's a transition time for me. It feels very different, not looking at the clock every 2 seconds and wondering, what time is it, how many hours do I have to get the do list done, and how many days before I go back to work. So I'm feeling, more calm now, and I'd like to incorporate a little more into Mindful Living Sanctuary and, working more as a team on some projects. Obviously, I'm not going to be driving the excavator, but I'll cheer from the sidelines.
But you have Mini-Me, your own tractor and
Yes.
all, and
Yeah.
you'll just be getting used to that. You used to drive the big tractors and drive our 1-ton dual-wheel pickup truck with a horse trailer behind it. You used to do all those things years ago.
I used to be able to back it up too.
Yep.
I think I would have to work on some muscle memory for that, though,
Yeah.
to continue.
Yeah. And Thea, one of the things so besides working all the time, and you've seen her in some of the videos, it's harvesting, and you'd see me equally harvesting, but in the springtime, she'd be very heavily involved in doing the transplants, getting the garden bed set. So that's always been something she's done. The other thing that you've done is you've done lots of the harvesting and most of the processing, whether it's canning, cooking, freezing, dehydrating, all of the things that have to be done. And there's so much to do each year, and then doing it while working, it was crazy, and so we had to cut back at different times, and who knows where we're going to go with the video channel at this point. So I'd really encourage any of you folks out there, your thoughts and suggestions of things that you'd like to see in the future. I haven't been doing as much YouTube videos recently. So a little bit about me. I'll just say I think of ourselves as complementing each other. I'm a very analytical, science-based, fact-driven person that really is always weighing things. Like I've talked before about, investments, whether it's a degenerative investment, a generative investment, or a regenerative investment. It's just part of my nature to break those things down. I look at cost second to value. Value is very important to me when I'm assessing things. I'm always breaking things down, and I think of myself as being a true capitalist. So, and being someone who really looks at the amount of time, energy, and financial resources that I'm investing in, whether it's my own health as a form of capital, my intellectual growth, my experiential growth, my skills, social capital, all of the different ones that you've heard me talk about. And Thea is a different flavor in a sense, right? I mean, what are the things that you think about?
Definitely different flavor. I appreciate Kevin's logicalness and all, but I do think we complement each other. I'm the go by intuition. I can do all the science, just getting through vet school, you have to do all the science and all. And I can figure things out well, but that's not my joy.
Yep.
Mine is always comes from the heart. I make my final decision based on what I feel about
Yep.
something. I can look at the data, but it's always intuition, feeling, warm fuzzies. I'm the one who goes out in the morning to the bird feeder and hugs the tree, talks to the animals, that type of thing. So I know Kevin kind of does it underneath, but it's kind of funny that we're both so different, but it seems to work well.
Yeah.
Because we just had our 40th year anniversary.
Oh boy!
You almost forgot to tell them.
Yes.
Yes, New Year's Eve. We did it on New Year's Eve so we would remember that was our anniversary.
Yep.
Right, huh?
40 long years.
Loving years. Oh, yes.
So I'm very interested in getting feedback on what you folks think, knowing that, sometimes I feel like there's so many things that I want to share, but my goals are always to inform, to inspire, to give you my approach. Doesn't mean it's the best way, doesn't mean it's a way that you should apply, and I'm always looking for feedback as far as what else can I say to clarify things as well. So that's my approach with things, and I know that there has been requests before about some of the the food preservation and the cooking and all that, and we're whole food, plant-based, and that means vegan, but we don't have we eliminate preservatives and salts and fats and sugars, those sorts of things. So we're geared for the stuff that comes out of the gardens going into our bodies, but since we're seasonal gardeners in a sense at this point, we're not harvesting all winter long like some people in northern climates. Like right now, we've got a little snowstorm going on outside.
Very cold, and
Yeah.
it's getting down to 1 degree tonight.
Yeah, and it was yesterday when so yesterday I used Optimus Maximus, the new Kubota big tractor, which is an L6060, and that has a front mount snowblower on it, so I got to use that yesterday for the first time. Boy, what a pleasant surprise that was, working with that. We'll see how everything works out.
And I liked it because when he drove by the kitchen window to plow in front, the whole house didn't vibrate, and it would be noisy like the old one.
Yeah. So the older equipment that I had was, a couple of decades old, so it made more noise. It isn't quite as, doesn't have the creature comforts that the new equipment have. They got the job done, but there was a lot of time on my part repairing and maintaining equipment throughout the process. So that's one of the reasons why we purchased some of the equipment. So with canning, and back to the topic that I was mentioning there, with canning and processing and freezing and dehydrating and all, how do you feel about making more videos about this? You're not being held to anything. I'm not putting you on the spot right now, but...
Well, I know there's a lot of videos out there that people that do that,
Yep.
full time. So, but if people are interested and we're doing it when it's harvest time, and that'll be fun. Also, maybe just videoing walking around. You know how you do the garden tour sometime, that type of thing. That would be nice. And maybe just extending it like, yes, that's the garden, but this is the pond and this is the lily pad, and just, appreciate the peacefulness of this place, because if people can get a sense of that, it just makes you feel good.
So Thea has friends who her social group. I have a minimal social group. I'm always working on the computer and working online, that sort of thing. Where Thea has a much better, more refined social skills and a whole network of people that you communicate, whether it's Zoom or in group meetings and all sorts of things. And so you have all these interpersonal skills that I just don't have. And you enjoy that tremendously. So I don't know where I was going with this.
Well, when you started saying that, what made me think is that Kevin was starting the nursery and selling some of the cuttings and the plant trees and the fig trees and et cetera. And that takes time out, from what he is doing on the equipment. I enjoy talking to people, so
Yeah.
we talked about
We're
maybe
opposites.
yes. So I would like to learn about the plants and things like that a little more, and be able to spend more time if someone comes here to
Right.
possibly get some type of
Right.
tree or bush or something.
I know where I was going before.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Rock
So, so and I'll lose it again quickly because my mind, the way my mind works. One of the things that I would say is when Thea's friends come here to take a walk around, or even people come, often the first thing that people notice is the statues or all of the plants around. But when people come here, they tell you about their feelings when they're here. What, you want to expand on
Oh,
that?
yeah. It seems that a lot of people say, after we've walked around all the ponds and back by the beaver ponds, there's 7 regular ponds here, they say that they feel so much better than they did before they came down the driveway, I guess is what I'm saying. And that it's a special place to them. It's like a lot of people use the word sacred or peaceful and grounding, place. So it's kind of like anybody who walks in the woods, and they always feel better.
Yeah.
Just, if you're in the house and you're all stressed, and anybody, even if they're not a nature person, goes outside, you feel better. And it seems like a lot of people who come here, I don't ask them, they just offer, how they just feel totally different and peaceful than before they were so stressed.
Yeah, and the thing that I would say that people, when it's not me doing instructions, people will say they feel an energy, a connectedness, a sense of relaxation or at peace. Those are things that people will say to me often after the fact, when they reach out to me after they've visited and all. So I think we really are blessed that we have such a wonderful place to care for and be stewards for. And that's a big part of what we're doing. So what I thought we'd do is, since Thea's retired now, and it's hard work being retired, isn't it?
There's so much stuff we never finish getting done. I
Yeah.
could make a video on all the stuff that we have to do.
Yeah.
I figure it'd take 3 years just to catch up, there. But yes, we have a lot more time. With both of us doing something, it just gets done 5 times as fast.
And you can enjoy it when you're doing it together as well. So I think that'll be cool. So we'll see. Thea and I will look at this video and say, all right, is this worthwhile for posting? And let us know what you think about the video. You're interested in finding out, right?
Yes. If people want me to keep talking, I certainly will. If they say, it's not your forte, then okie dokie.
She's a real chatterbox. I'm always like, okay, hon, yep, sure. So you haven't gotten a feeling of that yet, but that's who she is. Good Lord. So let's close the video now. Thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate everyone subscribing to the channel. If you like this sort of video, give us a thumbs up. Leave some comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to hear about. those sorts of things.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Okay. It was nice introducing myself to you today, and if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll be glad to answer anything.
Okay, folks, take care and enjoy life.
Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.